Okay, boss. In continuation to the last class, let's go into details of calculation view. Before we go further into this calculation view, we have to understand something called calculation view instantiation process. So when I say instantiation process, we are trying to understand how is this view getting executed. In the runtime, when you define a calculation view, in the runtime, how is it getting executed? That is what we are trying to focus on when you are trying to understand the instantiation process of calculation view. If you see this here, what it actually does is when you build a calculation view and when you execute it, you basically will have layers of logic, right? You'll have projection, aggregation, all those. So when you execute your query, for each node, it formulates a select statement and executes the results for you. But again, the SQL statement, what it forms at each node, depends on your query, what you're running. For example, let's say I just have a simple calculation view built in, which say I have a table with A, B, C as the attributes and K1, K2 as the key figures. And then I've done the aggregation of K1 and K2 and then outputted this A, B, C and then projected the calculation view. But let's say you're running the query, but the query what you're running is select A, sum of K1 from this view, group by A. This is the query you're running in. So what it does is, based on this reporting requirements, from the bottom level table, it only reads A and K1. In the next level node, based on the A, the K1 is aggregated and the results are projected. Since your query was needing only A and K1, it only reads the required values or add columns from the base level, accordingly performs your logic of aggregation and then gives it out. So you should understand, so even though you build a very big view, with lots of columns, when you run the report based on the query requirements, it does bring out only those. Okay. Let's say next scenario, I've got a table with column A and column K2, which is measure. I've got another table with A, B, C as the attributes and the K1 as the measure. And then I'm just reading these two and then I'm performing a join and the join is on A. And then I'm projecting A, B, C and K1, K2 and the same thing has been projected out. Okay. Now I've got a query which says select B. That's it. I just want to read only B bus. So B is in table, second table. So it goes to the second table, reads A and B. But if it has, in the next operation, it has to execute a join on A. So to execute join on A, from the table 1, it reads A. From table 2, it reads A and B. Even though A is not requested in the query, in order to execute the join operation on A, it reads A from table 1 and B from table 2. And in the join operation, the join is performed on A and it projects A and B. But in the aggregation here, it stops out A because A is not required, so it only projects B. So it does not read all the columns based on the requirement. It just reads the required columns and then projects the output. Look at the next scenario. Say I have a table with A, B, C with K1 and K2 as measures. I'm saying A, B, C as the attributes, K1, K2 as measures, and I've got calculated attribute, not measure, which is A into 100 is my calculated attribute, and I just keep just saying sum of edit here and then projecting out. Okay. Let's say my query I'm running it. Please mute. Say the query what I'm running is with B and C edit here. If you remember C edit here, it requires A, right? So it goes to the table in the bottom. It reads B, what is required in the query, and it also reads A because A is required to calculate C edit here. So it gets to the next node. A and B and A into 100 is calculated, and then it projects the A is not projected, only B and the calculation of A into 100, which is C edit here, is projected out. So like this, it only reads the columns what is required. So sometimes, let's say whatever is required in the query, it reads only those. Sometimes to perform the next level operations, if it needs some columns, it will explicitly add those columns and reads them. So that's how it formulates a query at each node level and then gives it to you. I'll come to this. Now let's see this. So I've got lots of join operations. If you focus, initially I've got a join between item and status, then to the product, then to partner, then towards time, then aggregation, then semantics. And I've got all these columns here. So I'm trying to read only company name and gross amount. You can debug this view and check how it is executing those queries. Drop down this and say debug this view. Instead of such a big query, I don't want all this. I want to delete all this. So I've just changed my query saying select gross amount, company name from this view, group by company name was. Yeah. So when I execute this, so you still have the design view. It shows me runtime view. Let's go to the bottom node and see what it is trying to read. Even though my query requirement was only gross amount and partner name, company name, from the base level table, it is just reading gross amount, delivery date, partner ID, product. So why? In the next level node, it has to join with product. In the next node here, it has to join with partner. Then here it has to join with the date. So it just reads all the required call apart from the what is being requested in the reporting. It also brings in the explicit columns what it is required. So it reads only these 4 columns. Gets to the next level join here. It is going to join based on the product. Then here it is going to join based on the partner. Then here it is going to perform join based on the delivery date. Then when it comes here, ultimately here it is going to result out only gross amount, and it is going to aggregate gross amount based on the company name and then give that out. So now with this you should understand how it is actually changing, formulating the queries at each stage and coming out. Like this, we can debug and see the instantiation process of the calculation view. Okay. Look at my problem. I just have a table with three simple order. There are three orders here: 1, 2, and 3, and each order belongs to one product. Remember, understand the data. Very very important. I've got three order IDs: order ID 1, 2, and 3, and each order belongs to a separate product. First order belongs to P1, then P2, then it's P3. But all these products belongs to same category: sports, sports, sports. And my price is 10, 20, and 30. Remember, 10, 20, and 30. And my quantities are 2, 4, and 6. Okay. Okay. I've just taken this price quantity and I've calculated the column as price into quantity as amount. Price into quantity as amount. And then I've set them as aggregated columns. I've output them as aggregated columns like this. And my view is ready here. So I'm getting to see, look at this. When I try to see the output of the view, I get to see three orders, three products, three categories, price and quantities, and total amount. 10 into 2 is 20, 20 into 4 is 80, 30 into 6 is 180. So the total amount would be 100 and it will be 280, which is correct. Okay? Let's say I'm trying to run my query like this. Let's debug and run this. I just want to see amount only with respect to product category. So I'm trying to run a query on this. Select product category, sum of amount from this view, group by product category. And let's see how does it run. Let's go to this table. Since I've said amount requires this price and quantity, right? Sorry. So I'm saying product category and amount, and let's run this. If I go to bottom node, it is just reading this product category. I actually wanted amount. Then why is it reading price and quantity? Because price and quantity are used to derive amount, so it reads even those two. So sports 60, 12, and 720. Is this correct? Is my amount 720 correct, boss, or it's supposed to be 280, boss? It is supposed to be 280, right? 280. Yeah. Run this. And again, it shows people wrong. So if I understand this correctly, what is happening was the price of the product is actually specific to each order or specific to each product. Since I've not selected product in the query, it is actually, and I've just selected product category, it is trying to aggregate this price as per this category. 10, 20, 30 are aggregated as 60, and then quantities are aggregated, then you're getting a 720. Okay, you understand the problem. So to solve this kind of problems, what is the problem here? So for me, price is specific to product. So So whether you select product in the query or not, in the report or not, while reading the price from the table, it has to read along with the product. So what I'll do, I'll go to this aggregation node. We have a property called keep flag. Okay, select this product. In this properties, there is something called keep flag. Drop down this and say set it to true. Go to this. Again, set the property to true on all the levels. Yeah. Keep flag true. Okay, activate. Now let's see what happens if I debug this view. Again, I'm just trying to run the query saying product category and amount group by product category. Execute this. Now you'll see, even though your reporting requirement is product category, since I've enabled keep flag for product, even though it is not selected in the reporting, it will still be used in the select statement in the projection column. Look at this. It is reading now product category, price, quantity, amount is all fine because those are required in the report. But why is it reading product also? Product was nowhere required in the reporting, right? Then why is it still using it in the column while reading? Because of the keep flag property. That is the importance of keep flag. So when you set the field property as keep flag, even though the column is not requested in the reporting or the queried, it will be still used in the instantiation process in the projection column here. So now once the product comes into the projection, you will get the split of it. See now sports P1, P2, P3. Now because the product comes into the display, the price has been split now. If I add this amount now, it gives you 280. Now it gives you 280, which is correct. So did you understand the importance of keep flag? So when you enable the property as keep flag for an attribute, whether this column is selected in the reporting or not, that will be used in reading while reading data from the table or from the source. It will be used in the projection column of the select statement. Whether that is being used in the reporting or not, in the underlying during the instantiation process of the view, at each node it will be used as the projection node, so that it will not have the problems of aggregations. That is about keep flag property. So that is what he is trying to explain here. Let's say I have a table with ABC, K1, K2, and I'm saying ABC, sum of K1, K2. I'm saying keep B. Look at this. When I say keep B, nothing but enabling the keep flag property for B. So what it does, let's say I run a query saying A, sum of K1. So from the table, it is actually supposed to read only A and K1. But since because of this keep flag property for B, it reads A, K1 and B also. Even though B is not required in the reporting, since it is enabled for key flag, it will still read that. So it gets us A, B1, sum of K1, and then but ultimately it projects only A and K1. So this is the importance of key flag property and instantiation process of calculation engine. Okay.
Yes, sir, just have a miss out here.
Mm-hmm.
This, in the last view which you were showing, there you have done that add as aggregated column. What is the effect of that?
Which one?
It's just a step for in the last view which we were discussing.
Uh-huh. Okay.
There we just did the right click and add as aggregated column. So what was it for?
No, I did not add. I was just showing that I added this key figures as aggregated columns and attributes as normal outputs. I'm just showing that.
Okay.
These are measures because that's where they are working with some aggregation function.
Okay.
Okay. Next, because of
Yes, sir.
this instantiation process, you still have one more problem.
Sir, is it like exception aggregation, right?
Which one?
Using the key flag.
Something like that. Yes. Yeah. But you're not specifying any aggregation function. Only thing is when you enable the key flag, you are forcing that column to be selected in the projection list, and which will affect the aggregation behavior of the measure. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what in real time how to identify to enable this keep flag. Can you explain in broader way?
If you have any measure which you feel that the aggregation behavior should be different with respect to a characteristic attribute, then you go with key flags. For example, if I have quantities, either you do reporting drill down on product category, aggregation is not a problem for me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I have quantities, okay, or I have revenues. Whether if I run my query saying sum of revenue with category, sum of revenue with product, sum of revenue with order ID, sum of revenue with customer, I
It
don't
varies.
use in aggregating the value across any attribute. But if you have any
Mm-hmm.
measure which needs to be aggregated with respect to certain attribute only, for example, now I have price. The aggregation
Mm.
of it has to be specific to product.
Okay.
Then for those kind of attributes, we use this key flag property. Okay.
Okay.
Next.
Hello.
Yeah.
So can you say in SAP terminology, if we are field having primary key, if we are doing calculation on primary key, so can you enable keep flag for that one?
ప్రైమరీ అని కాదన్న, ఇప్పుడు క్వాంటిటీ రెవెన్యూ ఉంది, ఏ అట్రిబ్యూట్ మీద డ్రిల్ డౌన్ చేసినా నువ్వు అమౌంట్ రెవెన్యూస్ని యాడ్ చేసి ఇబ్బంది ఏమి ఉండదు, డిఫరెన్స్ ఏమి రాదు. అదే ప్రైస్ ఏంది, ప్రోడక్ట్కి స్పెసిఫిక్, అది ప్రోడక్ట్ని బట్టి ప్రైస్ మారుతూ ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి ప్రోడక్ట్ లేకోకుండా దాన్ని అగ్రిగేట్ చేయకూడదు అనేది క్వశ్చన్. సో బేసికల్గా ఏంటంటే నువ్వు ఇట్ ఈస్ సిమిలర్ టు యువర్ except aggregation reference characteristic, you can say.
Only price will varies from item to item, kada. That's like exception aggregation.
Yeah. Okay, we'll say price with reference characteristic as product at the point. Okay.
So this feature is same as calculated before aggregation option in analytical view, right, sir?
Excellent. Because in calculation view, you don't have that option of calculate before. I showed you, remember? In calculation views, sorry, my screen is stuck. In calculation view, when you say create calculate key figure or calculate measure, we do not have that option of calculate before aggregation. You remember I especially mentioned that checkbox, we don't have that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We don't have.
To overcome with that problem, we have to handle that with keep flag. Yeah. Next one. There's one more property like that as transparent filter to understand that. This is order ID, product, shop, sales, amount. So this is my data bus. This is my data. Each record is one order, and this is the product. All my orders deals with the same product books, and I'm performing my sales in different shops. I've got S1 shop, sales shop 2, shop 3, and these are my sales executives who are basically selling my products. I've got only 2 executives, one is S1 and S2, and these are my billing amounts. So totally how many products do I have, boss? 1, okay. And how many shops do I have? I've got 3 shops. And how many sales executives I've got? I've got 2 sales executives, okay. Okay, boss. Now my question is simple. My query is this: in how many number of shops the product books was sold? Number of shops in which product books was sold. This is my question. In how many number of shops?
3.
3. Excellent. Okay. Now my next question: in how many number of shops? Number of shops in which product books was sold by sales executives S1 or S2 or S3. How many? In how many number of shops this product books was sold by
3.
sales executives S1, S2 and S3? Sorry,
3.
only S1 and S2 only, right? Sorry, the reverse. I'll say this sales, this shop. Now tell me, now answer the
2.
number of shops in which the product was sold. How many? 2. Okay.
2.
Now tell me this one. In how many number of shops this product books was sold by sales executives SLS1, SLS2?
2.
It's very simple, right? But HANA cannot understand this. See, look at the problem. We are understanding, but HANA cannot understand this. Now look what I've done. Look at this. I have taken this table to aggregation. I've just taken product, sales, and shop number. This is a count I've done because I wanted number of shops, right? So I've not taken bill now. I said number of shops, count distinct. What is this? Because my record is not bill amount. I want to know the number of shops. So I've taken count distinct. How many? What is this, boss? Shop. So it has to count the shops for me. This view is ready, and I have to use this to another view. So the product, salesperson, shop, and number of shops is given, and I've just added this as an aggregated column. I'm just projecting this out. So I'm using a view into another view here. Let's see the output. So because I'm doing drill down on books, salesperson, shop, and then number of shops, it is actually creating every combination, and it's even giving me 1, 1, 1, right? Because books. But if you see the data here, I know 2 shops always, but if you look at the sales executive in S1, it was always sold by SLS1. In shop 2, if you see, sales executive 2 has sold there, and 3 also has. If you look at sales executive 3, he has performed a transaction in S2 as well as S1. That is the 4 combinations. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that is because of this drill down. It is actually giving me 4. That's fine. Okay, let's debug this view and see. Okay, I want to debug and run only for this. I just want to see for this product number of shops. And then I said select product number of shops from this view group by product. Okay, just remove this and execute this. You see it is debugging this main view. Again, this view has got another view, and I can drill into that view again, drill down, so it gets to debug mode of the other view. Now this is the base view where it was defined. What is this query here? It says product. Look at this query here. Select product number of shops. Okay, so product is books and number of shops is 2. Okay, now get back to the main one. Back. Now see this query again. Select product number of shops, which is 2, and product number of shops, which is 2. Is it working fine, boss? Because
Yes.
when you do drill down on product, it is giving you number of shops. Good. My record is like this now. I'm just running a query like this. Select product number of shops from this view group by product. Where I'm just putting a where clause on the salesperson. Where salesperson in, I want all the 3 executors. SLS1, comma, SLS2, SLS3. Did I give all the 3 sales executors, boss? Yes. Now I'm saying select product, some number of shops from this view, group by product. Okay, where my salesperson is equal to say SLS1, SLS2, SLS3. Actually, even if I give where clause, it should consider all right. Yes or no, boss? Because all the 9 transactions were performed by SLS1, SLS2, SLS3. So I'm mistaken. So where salesperson is SLS1, SLS2, SLS3. Okay. Should we see any difference in the result? Yes or no? No, right? Now let's see what happens.
No.
Let's see what happens. Let's. Let's get into debug mode. Let's drill down to the main view below and see what is the query here. What is the query here? Focus bus. Previously my query was select product number of shops, but now
If it
product, what is it doing here?
salesperson,
Salesperson.
we need to remove that salesperson, sir.
I'll tell you. Yeah. So what is happening now? On the top level, in the next level node, it has to apply filter on salesperson. So what it does, while reading from the table, first it reads with salesperson, then applies filter in the next level. So because of the salesperson coming in, look at this, what happens. Books with salesperson 1, number of shop is 1. Books with salesperson 2, number of shop is 1. But salesperson 3 has sold books in 2 shops, right? So it is giving me what? 2 here. Okay. Okay. 1, 1, 2, right? Now the next level node, look at this query here. Select product salesperson number of shops. and salesperson is not supposed to be shown to the output. So in the next level node, what happens? It removes the sales. Now it brings, see, now it brings the salesperson into where class here, right? Now it gives me what book. Now from this output, now you're saying select product, sum of shops where salesperson so and so on. Now what will be output? Select product, number of shops where now the salesperson comes into where class. Till now in the below nodes it was in the projection list. Now it is in the where class list. Now it brings me 4. Is it correct, boss? I have actually applied.
No, sir.
I have actually applied a where class. So it has to use as a where class till the bottom level. I would have got the correct results if the bottom node is also using the salesperson in the where class only. Yes or no, boss? Instead of using the salesperson in the projection, if it had used this in the where class, then my results would have been correct. So this is the actual behavior of the calculation engine. So what I will do to control this, how do we do this? First we have some property called transparent filter. So I open the below node, which one I want? Salesperson. So select salesperson. You'll have a property called transparent. When I say transparent filter, if the report requirement is in the where class, it has to be using as a where class in till the bottom node bus. Say true. Activate. All node levels. Keep enabling it till the top here. Transparent filter. True. Salesperson. Transparent filter. True. Now let's try to run this view. Okay, refresh అయితే చూస్తా కాకపోతే I'll just open and close it. It's not refreshing. So. Now let's try and debug this. See, actually it has to reflect the show in where class, but don't worry, you'll get the output correctly. And because the bug on it will not reflect. See, actually you should feel it, the change is happening, but somehow this change does not occur in the debug. But actually when you put as transparent filter, if you're applying filter in the reporting, it will be used as a where class in all the node levels till the bottom level. So you still get the same output now. Number of shops is what? 2. So this is called transfer. So if you have any field which is used in the where class, if you want to be used that as where class till the from the bottom level itself, then we go with transparent filter.
Sir,
Yeah.
can you define? I mean, can you tell me the comparison with what is between this one, hidden and transparent?
Hidden is like not showing that column for the reporting. Hidden is not showing the column.
But we can. So we can do any using that particular column in transparent. I mean, underline those views, even though if you mention hidden.
Yeah. No problem. See, if you're doing hidden, the user is not seeing that column, then how can he apply the where clause on it?
No, what my question is, see, even though if you do some operations, if it is hidden, that particular field is hidden, can we use that in transactions?
Say for example, say price and quantity, you're hiding it, but you're calculating that as amount. So when you select amount, obviously in the underlying node, it will read price and quantity for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. ఓకే లెట్ మీ అది కాదండి, ఇప్పుడు మనం హిడెన్ చేసుకొని ట్రాన్స్పరెంట్ అంటే ఏమంటున్నారు మీరు? అది అవసరం లేనప్పుడు, ఐ మీన్ మన డిస్ప్లేలో అవసరం లేదంటున్నారు కదా, క్యాల్కులేషన్ లో అవసరం లేదు.
ట్రాన్స్పరెంట్ ఫిల్టర్ అంటే రిపోర్టింగ్ లో నువ్వు ఆ ఫీల్డ్ వేర్ క్లాస్ లో వాడినావు అనుకో, వరకు అది వేర్ క్లాస్ లోనే వాడాలి ఆ ఫీల్డ్ ని, ప్రొజెక్షన్ లకు రాకూడదు. నేనేమంటున్నా అంటే నువ్వు హైడ్ చేసావు అనుకో, రిపోర్టింగ్ మనకు కనపడినప్పుడు అసలు వాడు వేర్ క్లాస్ కూడా వాడలేడు కదా అంటున్నా.
ఓకే.
So please repeat the concept of transparent.
Hello?
Transparent filter.
Hello?
The concept of transparent filter.
Simple. See, when you're running some report on a view, you apply some filter. So filter will go as a where class. So whenever I use some field in the where class, that field must be used only as where class from the bottom query of the calculation view. It should not be used into the projection of it. If it comes into projection of the select statement, the aggregations will change and will give me wrong results. So if I'm using a field in the where class of the select statement, must be used as where class. It will be from the bottom level node till the top. Must use that in the where class only. Yeah.
Nowhere it can project it like a hidden field.
Hello. What is it? Yeah.
No, I mean when it comes to this transparent filter, somewhat it is behaving like the hidden.
No. Hidden is different. If you hide, okay. If I hide this, what does it mean? My users are not seeing this column at all. They cannot use this. I cannot apply. If I go debug this, do you see anything like this? My own query. If I activate, if I open again, if I try to go to the query, see, you'll see product still showing salesperson. It is showing you in the debug, but you're seeing this in the debug, but when you do reporting, you'll not see that column at all. When you hide, it is not shown. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Hide means it is debug. It is showing me, but actually it is hidden means that column is not shown to the reporting at all. Okay.
Okay. And what happens to the transparent filter?
Don't link up hidden and transparent filter. If you have a field in the where class, you want that to be used in only the where class only in all the nodes of the calculation engine, then you go with transparent field. Hidden is if you don't want to do the column at all for the reporting, you don't want the user to use that column in the reporting at all, then you go with hidden. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at this point. Was pinging. Wait. There's an important point. what Naresh was saying, we do not know on what the user will filter on at runtime. So how do we mark transparent flag? Good question, right? So now I know my user is filtering on applying where clause on sales person, so I'm applying transparent filter for it. But in real time, how do I know my user would apply filter on salesperson or not? Yeah? So in that case, my suggestion would be to enable transparent filter for every attribute. Okay, you understand? Even for key flag, if you don't know the effect, you can go about selecting key flag and transparent filter for all your attributes. Then you will not have any issues with the aggregation. Clear? That is what you do. So whenever because you can't identify when the user would apply filter or when you would go with when we have problem with aggregations. So the better thing is you enable key flag and transparent filter for every attribute. So you'll not have you'll not have problem with any of this aggregations or filtering. Okay, that is the best practice. Okay.
Sir, but key flag and key flag is different concept, and transparent is different, right? It is, both are opposite, right?
Rendu different. Both are different, yes. But what I'm saying is, as a standard rule, keep enabling key flag and transparent filter for every attribute. So it will solve all your problems, I'm saying. That's what. Because key flag will solve the property even though the column is not selected. You want that to be in the selected projection list. Okay, whenever you're selecting in the selections. But if you have some column in the where class, I want that to be used only in the where class. Then that will go as a transparent.
Transparent.
Where class.
So is that the best practice, sir?
That is the only way you can solve these issues. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That is what SAP says. Okay. Next property, there is something called dynamic join. Okay. Yeah, I'll share. Okay. I have next concept is with dynamic join. So I have a table like this. So this is my table. Employee ID, country and region, salary. Look at the relation here. Under one region, I'll have multiple countries. I only have this hierarchy. So detailed among these two, which is the detailed attribute was among country and region, which is a detailed attribute?
Country.
Country. Okay. Now I have this requirement for each employee ID. I know their salaries. I would like to get the percentage of salary on result. Percentage of that salary on the result. Which result? So the result is what the total was, right? Which is something like 1,05,000. So that is straightforward. You take 1,05,000 and then you do a percentage of this. But look at my requirement. I do drill down on region. In the reporting, I drill down on the region. For each of this region, I get to see employee IDs. I get to see their salaries. Now I want to see the percentage of the salary on the result of what?
Region.
Region, right? Similar way, when I drill on country, so if I go with the region specific, so Asia Pacific 1, 2, 3, 7. I've taken 12,000 constant into 7. There will be 84,000. So I'll have to calculate percentage of 12,000 on 84,000, but for North America it is only 21. So percentage of 11,000 on 21,000, something like 52%. Yeah. But here, so when I do drill down on region, I'll have to calculate percentage of this on 21. For Asia Pacific, I'll have to calculate percentage on 84,000. But say now I do a drill down on country. I do a drill down on country, then I need to calculate percentage of result on the result of what? Country. So I need to gather the country totals of India 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 60,000. So I need to calculate the percentage of 12,000 on 60,000. Got this? Which will be 20%. And for this Asia Pacific, for this 12,000, I need to calculate percentage on sum of the value of Pakistan. It will be 24,000. So it will be 12,000 divided by 24,000, which will be 50%. You understand this? So depending on the column what I do on, the sum of the salary should be differing, right? So what I've done now, look at this. I've just taken this table, one which is projecting as employee number, country, region, and salary normal. I've just taken an aggregation node because with the same table, because I need to apply self join. So I've taken the same table, but here I'm just aggregating. I wanted to aggregate the salary with respect to country and regions. Look at this. This is the country total. This is the country, and this is the region. If you see this aggregation node data, you will see for each of this country and region specific, for Asia Pacific region, I have got two countries, India and Pakistan. So if I say what is my total salary for Asia Pacific, how much is it? 84,000. But if I go with region with specific country, which is country is a detailed attribute, then it gives me split. Yeah. So I know with region and country, I know the salaries here. Yeah. So what I'm doing? So I'm just taking the normal table. I'm joining it on country to country, region to region. So here the join is done on two columns, country and region. So here I get totals. From here I get total salary, aggregated salary. Here I get the individual salaries. Now what I'm doing, I'm just taking salary and then total salary. I'm just calculating percentage between those. Salary divided by total salary into 100. That will be my percentage. Just say activate. And run this. See the output. What is the total salary it is considering? 60,000. In the sense, what does it mean? When you see total salary, what it is considering is what? 60 means what? Is my salary aggregated based on the region or based on the country? No, based on region. So based on country, right? Because for Asia Pacific, total salary is 84,000. With respect to India, it is 60, and with respect to Pakistan, it is 24. So since I've got the drill down on country, which is most detailed attribute, I get the aggregation specific to country. Let's say like this. I'll say country is not there in the result. Yeah? Now this time I don't have country, but still the salary is considered from what? I don't have country in the drill down, but still the salary is aggregated with respect to what? Country or region, boss? Still it is aggregating with respect to what? Country only, boss. Why? Because when you look at this join node, this aggregation node, it is basically considering both what? Country and region. So whether you select country or not, here in the aggregation node, we are aggregating with respect to region and country combination. And country being the most detailed attribute, the sum is always specific to country here from the join. So now my requirement is this now. Look at this. Suppose if I do drill down on country, this aggregation node should aggregate salary based on country, and then the join has to be performed. If my drill down on is on region, then my salary should be aggregated on region, then the join has to be performed. To do means what? If I just leave it like this, it always considers this aggregation at country level only. Now what I want, depending on the drill down, let's say I drill down on region. First, this aggregation node should aggregate the data based on the region, then the join has to be applied. If I drill down on country, then the aggregation should be done on country, then the join has to be applied. For that reason, we go with something called dynamic join. Now, dynamic join makes sense when you have a join on multiple columns first. Now select any one join. You see a property called dynamic join. Set this as true. So automatically it sets true for another join. Yeah? Activate. Now let's see the difference. Now country is hidden. So it means I'm trying to do drill down on region. If I do a drill down on region, then the aggregation happens on region. Then the join is performed. See what is the results it is considering? It is considering 60,000 or 84,000. What is total salary it is giving me? So is my aggregation node aggregating the salary based on the region? So it is giving me 84,000 here. Now let's say either hide region or not does not make sense because country is the detail attribute. Now I drill on country. Now your aggregation node will aggregate the result based on the country, which is 60, 24 and 21, and gives you the result. So that is dynamic join. When you go dynamic join, first the aggregation node will aggregate the result based on the attribute what we have drilled down, then performs a join. So dynamically we are specifying on which column it has to aggregate. That's where we refer it as dynamic join. So this is called dynamic join. Yeah. And along with dynamic join, say simple, nothing to confuse here. Only thing is, in the aggregation, I have got two columns, country and region. When I do drill on country, I want the total salary to be aggregated, say sum of salary as per country. If I do drill on region, then I should say sum of salary as per region, then join, then perform the join. So I want to change the aggregation behavior here. And when you go dynamic join, there is another property called optimize join columns. We use this when you want to improvise the performance of the join, but this will we use this property only when it is, look at this, if I say true, okay. Generally you can go with optimizing join columns only when the cardinal is n to 1. Suppose if I say cardinal is 1 to 1, see what does it say? Error. or at least it will work only for left outer join, not for inner joins. The optimized join property cannot be set for join type inner. Only referential text left or right joins can be optimized. Okay.
Sir?
Yeah.
So one small doubt. When we do the drill down in reporting, based on the characteristic behavior, we'll get the data output, right? So what are the things that we are doing with dynamic joins or transparent or free? These are all activity taken care by reporting tool, right?
No.
I mean, as per my understanding.
Not necessarily, right?
See, for example.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you do the exception aggregation.
When you can do reporting on HANA directly on Design Studio, then there's no semantic layer coming in. In that case, HANA has to handle all this, right?
No, sir. I mean, if you do the drill down, so the behavior of the report, the revenue or what are the amount, that will get automatically updated, right? Based on the characteristics, even in the drill down.
Yeah, that all depends on how you model it in the back end, right? Yes or no, boss? Because if I see, it's not default. If I set sum, it will aggregate. If I say count, then what will it do? It will only give you the count, no? So it all depends on how you model that view, then that behavior depends. It doesn't mean that always goes on aggregating things, right?
Yes.
Okay. And for today we'll stop it here, and tomorrow we'll go on with I step 2, how to go with YTD MTD reporting on this calculation view, and we'll be ending there, and then we'll can also start with analytical privileges tomorrow. Okay. So, thank you, boss.